Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Hgp Sportscast for today, August 26. I am Stanford Howard. Thanks for joining us. We begin this evening by telling you that Golden Grove Cricket Club has started its second cricket academy on Monday and will cover all aspects of youth development for the next 5 days. Jaden Samuels, tell us more.
After tasting success in the first academy held in 2018, the Golden Grove Cricket Club has once again garnered the requisite support to bowl off another camp that has already seen almost 50 aspiring cricketers on the opening day. Golden Grove Cricket Club President Alistine Haywood, Director of Sport Christopher Jones, Ezzy Peters, President of the Buxton Cricket Club, Malcolm Peters, former President of the Berbice and Guyana Cricket Boards, and Miss Maureen Philadelphia, NDC Chairman, were the persons that made up the head table. Addressing the youths prior to the commencement of on-field duties, Malcolm Peters charged the youths to use the current West Indies performance as an example to lift the standards of cricket regionally.
In another 5 years, some of you might be playing for Guyana. You look at the West Indies team today and they're failing. You look at them playing and tell yourself you're not going to make the same mistake. You are going to do better than they're doing. Cricket is a professional game. Cricket is a game that can give you lifelong living. But it's for you to try and be disciplined so that you can be successful.
Apart from batting, bowling and fielding, there is much more to be served up for the next 6 days, as President of the Buxton Cricket Club, Ezzy Peters, explains.
Program, we sure Mr. Haywood and I give him cooperation and we continue to work with him for extend this academy next year. Go out on an outreach program, cry them out on tour, let us see the lighthouse, Bank of Guyana, the Parliament, Congress Place, Freedom House. This is place that the kids must know. During this academy, I will be here every day with y'all. I will mostly stretch on teenage pregnancy, keep away drugs, and keep away how to deal with crime situation, for keep away from crime, and especially etiquette. And I want to touch on little maths and English now and then, but I'm very serious with what I'm doing in any cricket academy.
Also addressing the young cricketers was Director of Sport Christopher Jones, who encouraged the youths to take full advantage of what is being taught while making it clear that the Sports Commission can be counted on for a third stint next year.
To the coordinating team, I know resources, financial and otherwise, will always be a challenge, but by virtue of this being the second year that this is happening, it demonstrates that you have stick-to-itiveness and singleness of purpose and your focus. So immediately on the National Sports Commission agenda, we know for sure that come 2020, the Cricket Academy, the Bacalus Golden Grove area, will be on our calendar of activity as an event that we look forward to lending support to ensure that it continues 2020 and beyond.
Jaden Samuels, Hgp Sport.
More cricket news. What can the West Indies possibly do right in the final test after a backyard-like performance in the first? Jasprit Budram 5 for 7, Ajanki Rani 102 on the very same wicket. Jaden Samuels reports.
The performance of the Caribbean side leaves much to be desired. Kudos to a well-oiled, committed, consistent and disciplined India lineup. Quite the opposite from the Caribbean side. For the umpteenth time, Captain Jason Holder could be heard saying, "We have to improve," but it is still apparently not clear what the West Indies captain was referring to. After being bamboozled in the World Cup, followed by the T20s and the 50 overs, the Test side is proving not to be at the standard of what is expected. India set the hosts 419 after declaring on 343 for 7, with Ajinkya Rahane in his second match of the series registering 102. In reply, on the same wicket, the Caribbean side lasted only 26.5 overs for exactly 100 runs, making Bumrah the first bowler from Asia to take 5 wicket hauls in Australia, England, South Africa, and the West Indies in only his 11th test. Jaden Samuels, Hgp Sport.
In squash, Christian Jeffrey and Jason Ray Khalid copped the men's doubles as Nicolette Finance brought home the gold in the women's single in the 2019 Senior Caribbean Singles and Doubles Championship. Here is that story. After an intense week of competition at the Racket Center, Wolford Avenue, Team Guyana took home 5 medals, 2 gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronze in the 2019 edition of the Senior Casa Tournament. In the men's double, Guyana Jason Ray Khalid and Christian Jeffrey took home the top honors early Saturday morning when they faced their Bajan counterpart. The first set went to the Bajans easily, with the Guyanese only taking 3 points to 11. But in the second set, the Guyanese pulled themselves together, resulting in a closely fought set, which went point for point, with a good baseline play from both sides. The Guyanese this time around edged the Bajan out to take the second set 11-8. The third set was even closer and much more intense as the Guyanese traded shots with the Bajans, which led them eventually taking the set and the men's double title 11-10. While in the women's single, veteran Nicolette Finance took to the court in which will more than likely be her last competition on the international level. The 36-year-old proven to herself and the rest of the competitors that with experience you can outshine anyone on the court when she battled Megan Bess from Barbados. Bess, who looked flat-footed throughout the match and a tad out of touch, went down to the Guyanese easily 11-2, 11-2, and 11-5 to hand Finance the women's single title. Guyanese Mary Fungafat brought third after defeating fellow countrywoman Taylor Finance in a 4-set match. Following the women's singles final, Bess spun her way out of the web to capture the women's double along with her countrywoman Amanda Haywood when they defeated the Guyanese pair of Taylor Finance and Ashley Khalid in straight sets 11-5, 11-9. In a mixed doubles, Nairani Joseph and Larissa Welsher captured bronze. For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard. Over to badminton. Guyana take 4 gold and 3 bronze at this year's Open Carabao Open International 2019. The details in this report. The Carabao Open International came to an end at the Garfield Sobers Gymnasium in St. Michael's, Barbados, and the Guyanese contingent performed excellent to high competition in both the junior and senior categories, where over 23 countries participated and came out with a successful result. Priyana Ramdani, who won Carabao Under-19 triple champion, played in the Open International and won bronze medal in the ladies' double. The ladies' double semi-final match saw Priyana Ramdani teaming up with Barbados' Sabrina Scott, who lost to the pair of Mohata Rithira and Tamisha Williams of Barbados 21-17, 12-21, 12-21. The overall team performance saw the Guyanese bringing back to the shores 4 gold and 3 bronze medals, with Priyana Ramdani taking 3 gold in the juniors and a bronze in the seniors. Tyrese Jeffrey secured a gold and a bronze in the junior, along with Akil Haynes, who racked up a bronze medal. Meanwhile, while Nairani Ramdani and Jonathan Mangar failed to bring home any medals, they managed to reach the quarterfinal stage in the senior category of the prestigious championship. For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard. And finally in sports this evening with some football news. Elite club coaches are set to participate in capacity building sessions with the new Golden Jaguar head coach. Here is Samuel Gillis with that story.
The newly appointed Golden Jaguars head coach Marcio Maximo has hit the ground running, preparing the Guyana-based Golden Jaguars for the upcoming CONCACAF Nations League. The coaches of the elite clubs are scheduled to benefit from his interaction with the team. This initiative is geared towards building the capacity of the local coaches, where they will have the opportunity to observe the sessions and ask questions as necessary. In the meantime, a 31-man Guyana-based provisional squad is in training at the GFF National Training Center Providence for the CNL. Guyana's first match is scheduled for September the 6th against Aruba in Curacao. Guyana would play 3 home and 3 away matches. Starting on September the 6th, it will be Aruba versus Guyana in Curacao. Then Guyana will face off with Jamaica in Guyana on October the 9th. Then on October the 11th in Antigua against Antigua and Barbuda. For HGP Sport, I am Samuel Gillis.
Thank you, Samuel. That concludes our sportscast for this evening. But do remember, never say never, because limits like fears are often just an illusion. Back to you, Handel.